everybody. I haven't made a video in like probably almost 2 months, but that's because for a while I started this big project, which I'll talk about. Straight on to what all I've finished since my last video. So you will remember this because it was all in parts. I hadn't stuffed it and put together. Well, he's all finished and put together now, so isn't he pretty? So the yarn is quite a bit rough. It's not really soft. However, you know, that'll be good because it'll be good for this bear because it means it'll be durable. You know, it'll withstand, I don't know, being thrown about or needing to get washed or so. Yeah, I don't know what to name him. I had this wee ribbon that was the perfect size in my craft tin. So the only issue I have with this pattern is that it is quite difficult to read. It isn't written out clearly. That would be my only issue with it. I did have to contact the designer a few times because I was confused over a few bits. It is a paid for pattern, so I can't show you, but his legs are very long, so I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe it's to help his balance, but he's all finished, and I got a really cool photo of him having a picnic from my Ravelry project photo, so he's cool. And he is the first toy that's going in the box of toys that I'm going to make all this year and then take up to the children's ward in my local hospital at Christmas. So I've chosen Christmas because, you know, it takes time to make toys, so obviously I would rather take, you know, a box of them up, and it kind of makes sense just to take them up at Christmas. So yeah, so that's the first one. First toy. The yarn I used is Ice, and it's the Junior Magic range, and the colour is blue, white, grey. I used a US size 6, which is a 4mm, and I used a 100-gram ball, but I have this much left. Oh, I forgot to mention, the pattern is called Huggable Bear by Alinejad. Okay, my next finished item is also part of my current project thing. So right, as you know, for those that have been watching my videos since pretty much the start, you will know that I have never ever made a hat. I know it's like a basic knitted item, do you know what I mean? But the thing that always got me was the ribbon. I could never do the ribbon, and that's pretty much what stopped me from making hats. So I never made them. So I know I made some toys that are probably kind of maybe advanced knitter. You know, I could sit and make those, but I just couldn't even make a basic hat, and it's like beginner level. What I'm getting to with all this waffling is I wanted to look for a baby hat pattern, and I looked everywhere, and I did find quite a few ones that looked okay, but I think other knitters and crocheters and loom knitters and all will understand where you want to look for a pattern until you find one that just, you know, pops right out at you. Do you know what I mean? Just stands out and you instantly know, you know, that's the one I want to get. So I looked about and I found this pattern. It just like literally was like, you know, this is the one. Do you know what I mean? So it's a paid for pattern and it's really, really cheap. So it was like $1.06, which is, it was like 86p over here in the UK. So It's so cheap, and I'm telling you people, this pattern is it's so
cool.
easy to follow. I absolutely love the pattern. I'll put the details all in the description box if you want to check it out. But yeah, 86p like for the pattern. I'm telling you, it's really, really cool. So I went for the smallest size, which is newborn, and I made my first ever hat. Isn't that really cool? I absolutely love it, and I think it's so cool. Now, obviously, the lighting isn't 100% great, but you can check out, my hair's falling out. You can check out my project page for a better photo, but isn't it so cool? I absolutely love it. I think it's so funky. Now, I don't know if this will fit a newborn, because I obviously don't know how big newborns' heads are, but I'm sure it'll, you know, fit a child's head. And I can't get it to stay round, but you get the idea. So I did have it, I did have a plain green, but then I sat and thought, you know what, I want to do some designs on them. So I'm not very good at Fair Isle, because I did make a Minecraft cushion for Kim's son Tobin. Hi Tobin! Hi Jack! Hi Kim! Yeah, that was my first go Fair Isle. It wasn't 100% great, I'll admit, but I decided to do duplicate stitch. So I went on Pinterest and I found loads of cross stitch patterns. So I picked a wee butterfly for a girl. Isn't that so cool? So I think it is so sweet. So pretty. The yarn that I use for the hats, which I will show you in a second, turns out it is acrylic and nylon, so it will be hard wearing, and then it means you can just put it in the washing machine. So that's great. And the yarn I use for the details, it's a size smaller in the yarn weight, which I'll show you in a second as well. So obviously after I knitted that, I got addicted to making baby hats, and I was like, I want to make another one. So I made another green one. I'm just making loads of hats out of the same ball, and then I'll start a new colour. So this one has a duck. Isn't that cool? So I altered this duck pattern because the original one wasn't going to fit in this hat. So isn't it so cool? There's going to be a lot of happy babies in this unit, this neonatal unit, and I know the maternity wards were obviously you go into labour and all that, but do the children stay in there with their parents? I'm not 100%. Now this one I finished yesterday and I think it's really cool. So I'm doing a girl one and a boy one and so on, but obviously some of them could do a girl and a boy, so I did an acorn. Isn't that so cool? So I will show you the yarn I'm using. And I'm keeping this project in my Canada bag. And the lovely Selma got me this fabric. It's all the states of Canada. She lives in Canada. I absolutely love the lighthouse. Isn't it so cool? So yeah, this is my Canada bag, and I'm keeping all my baby hats in here. And it's got my favourite lining, and it's got the rope, so it looks proper authentic, like traveller, like castaway kind of thing. So I'll show you now. Now I don't know how to pronounce this because Barry keeps correcting me on it, so I say Barocco. Comfort, and on Ravelry it's Comfort and Heathers. So this is a solid, I'm guessing, but it's so pretty. It's a worsted weight. It's 50% superfine nylon and 50% superfine acrylic. You can machine wash it and tumble dry it. That's good. The colour's 9791, which I believe is Gooseberry Heather, because I had to write it all down. Now, hold the focus. Alright, if I can get the focus. Now, do you see the difference? No, let me see. There's different shades of green. Let me see if I open it a bit. Right, if you look closely, can you see the different shades of green? There's like lime through it a bit, and it's really, really pretty. The needles I'm using is a US size 5, which is a 3.75. So I'm using my Knit Pro Novas. And I'm using a US size 6 4mm, which is also Novas, but these are Barry's. I keep borrowing them. I need to buy a set for myself. Grace also sent this one. Now, I didn't write the colour down. It's 9742. This is 9, yeah. I'm guessing it's like a raspberry colour. It's coming up like a claret red. The pattern is called LCD Basic Hat by Morgen Stamate. I can't pronounce his surname. It's on my Ravelry library if you want to check it out. The picture's like the 6 hats put together. I'm going to move on to my current projects. So, obviously I am working on another hat. I finished the ribbing last night. So, I'm moving on to the bottom of the hat, which is just above the ribbing. Pull this gently because I don't want the needles to go through that. Oops. Alright, set that there. Right. The next project that I'm working on is my big project. So it's probably going to take me a few months to make. So as you know, I think I mentioned this in my last video, I have started my folk song blanket. So I spoke about it all through last year, how I really wanted to get making it, and I kept like putting it off, but I thought this year, no, I'm going to make it. So the project bag I'm using is the lovely one Lisa, who is a yarny ladybug. Hi Lisa! She got me this lovely project bag for Christmas. She made me it. It's got all these wee horses on it. It's so pretty. I made this wee thing to put on it. Made by Lisa. I was going to put yarny, aka yarny ladybug, but then it would have been really, really long, so I just put made by Lisa on it. So, let's see. I have started it, but what I'm doing is I've done the first 4 squares, and then I'm taking a wee break from it and doing the baby hats as a small project, just to, you know, get a break from it, and then I'm going to go back and do the other 4 squares. So what we'll start with this project bag, as I said when I first opened it, I says this is definitely going to be my folk song blanket project bag because it's the perfect size for it. I'm able swallowed a bit of dust there floating about. What was I saying? Oh yes, the bag is the perfect size for my blanket because I'm able to keep one of each colourway in this bag plus my finished squares as I do them, so it's the perfect size, Lisa. So it is. and it's great because I can just keep it beside me. Right. Let's see, let me show you. Right. The most common colour, when I say common, I mean there seems to be more balls of this on the market than the other colourways, and it's the colourway number 381 Flower Power. It's the most common colour on the market, I would probably say, because whenever I was looking for the other colourways, I seen a lot of this colourway for some reason. So there's 16 colours in the whole collection of Folk Song by Serdar, and this is obviously number 381, as I've said. I decided to knit a swatch to gather what size of square I wanted and how many stitches and rows you get and etc. So I decided that, well, the recommended needle size for this yarn is a 5mm, which I think is a US size 7 or 8. I'm not 100%, but it's around that. So I wanted to go down a size because I wanted not a really tight, but a tightish, you know, swatch. So after getting what size I want and so on, this ended up being my first square of my blanket. So I kind of wanted to start at number 376, which is the very start. But obviously I started with 381, so it's kind of like, you know, this is always going to be, you know, the first one. So that's my first square of my blanket. Isn't it pretty? So this is 381 Flower Power. I'm really chuffed with it. Do you know what I mean? So I like how the colours came out. Do you know what I mean? So the inspiration I got for this blanket, I knew from the start I wanted to do a stockinette block, yeah. Just trying to think there, block. I knew from the very start, even, you know, when I was buying the yarn like last year and the Christmas before, I knew straight away I wanted to do stockinette because the colours come out better with stockinette. With garter stitch, you can't really make the colour out, so I knew straight away it's going to be stockinette, and I knew I wanted to border it in a white or a cream because, you know, black is nice, you know, don't get me wrong, but I kind of wanted a cream or a white border to make the colour pop out more. So, you know, I knew straight away I know what colour I want to look for when I'm looking for a border. So, you know, I was really chuffed, and don't get me wrong now. I knew this was going to be a challenge, you know, a really big challenge, because I was always put off about picking up stitches. Do you know what I mean? I always tried to avoid that. However, you know, I kind of faced, I wouldn't say it was a fear, but I kind of faced that thing that was putting me off. And I think because you have to pick up so many stitches now each square, you know, it doesn't bother me anymore. So I'm kind of proud of myself for facing that, and you know, I've like not conquered a new level of knitting or whatever, but I'm really chuffed with myself for, you know, facing it kind of. And since I've been able to do that, you know, I am proud of myself for, you know, making this blanket, because it's something I thought I could never do. So I took inspiration from Stacey Perry, is it? Oh, her name's gone out my head. I think her name's Stacey Perry from Very Pink Knits. Hi Stacey, if you're watching. I took inspiration from her log cabin blanket, you know, the thick border. I knew I wanted a thick border now, not a thin one. So, you know, I've worked out all my measurements. So the border is in garter, and I thought I'm only going to make this blanket once. So definitely not going to make it again. So I wanted to get a wool for the border, you know, not a really expensive wool now. So I went with Cascade 220, and I'll show you that later in the video. So I know Cascade can be expensive, but I shopped around until I found the cheapest price for it. So I only got a couple of skeins first to see how much, you know, it was working out. So I have found that I'm getting about 2 squares for 1 skein of Cascade. So I am going to need about 8 or 9 skeins. So it is a lot, but I've saved up for quite a while. So, and I haven't bought it all at once. You know, I've bought it over time. So anyway, that is my first square. Now this one was a right pain. This square was just a total pain, I'm telling you. I ended up knitting a few rows less than what I was meant to. I didn't realise the mistake until I had bordered it all. And I was not going to sit and take all that border out. So I've had to alter all the top row squares to the same size as this one because of that one mistake. And then all the squares in the third column has to be a few rows short this way because of one mistake. So this blanket is very challenging, but hopefully there won't be any more mistakes. So this is the top left hand corner one, so that's why it's got a big thick top and side, because I want it to go over the bed, flap over a bit. So this colourway is 376, which is Focalicious, and I've been documenting it kind of on Instagram, and loads of people have been giving me lovely feedback, which I am really grateful for, and thank you everybody. You all really love the colours, and I've had quite a few bits of feedback. Loads of people are really excited to see this blanket finished, and it makes me really happy because, like, I wasn't expecting any feedback, and you know, I'm really grateful for it. So I can't wait till it's finished too though, so it's going to be really pretty. I'm not tooting my horn as I said in my last video, but I've been really looking forward to making this blanket. So one last time, you know, so this is pinks, purples, blues and oranges. So, you know. Right, the next square, which is 377, is Pixie Boots. This one was a pain too. So this one's pinks, purples, greens, like a dark navy, and there's gold in it too. So I'll hold it up closer. Do you see the colourings? I have to be honest, out of the whole collection, this was my least favourite colour. But you know, knitting up with it, I've kind of liked it a bit more. So the last square I have finished is the third one on the top. It's 378 Tally Tree, and it's all autumn. Now this colourway, I was able to get quite a multi-pack of balls of this, and I did send it out as, you know, gifts last year, so a few people got this colourway. So that's how much I've got left of Flower Power. That's how much I've got left of Focalicious. And I will show you. I haven't caked the other two colourways. That's how much I've got of Pixie Boots left. I have a full skein as well as these scraps because I bought, oh, this is caught. I bought two balls of each colour. So I did, so I have a full set. Yeah, a full set of a full ball of each colour still left, which I will talk about later on. These crochet hooks I got as a free gift when I placed the Darmore's order a while ago. I know they're not, you know, top of the line or what, but they're great for me. I just use them to pick up the stitches. So that's one of the skeins. So the colourway is natural, and I don't think I've written the number down, but I'll tell you later on. The colourway is natural and it's Cascade 220. It's not the superwash, because it's like £3 more expensive per skein. So I think it's an iron weight, because the folk song is chunky, so I wanted something that was close to it. The folk song, obviously, as I said, it's a chunky. It's I need to look at a bowl. 51% wool, 49% acrylic. So, excuse me. This is the next square I'll be knitting, which is 379, and it's okay. So it's like grey, dark greys, reds, and greens. And then it'll be 380 Fairport. I knitted a monster out of this too. Projects that I would like to make. So obviously my mum's mittens, which I mentioned in my last video, I should have actually made because it's been really cold the past while here, but I still haven't got round to making them, so I might make them later this year for this winter coming. I do want to make more baby hats, which I've already spoke about with the yarn, but I have another project out, which is also was gifted to me at Christmas there from the lovely Lisa, who's a yarny ladybug. Oh, it's fallen. Ah, boy, oh boy. Isn't it cool? It's all eyes, and she put a wee ladybug on it. There's also a badge, but I've set it on my desk somewhere. I love the inside material. It is so pretty. It's really, really cool. Now, I didn't get ball bands for this yarn when I purchased it, so I had to go on the internet to look it up. So, I love the colourways in this yarn. I haven't used it yet, so I can't comment on what it's like to knit. But isn't it pretty? It reminds me of a field with flowers, you know, like an abstract, you know, faraway picture of all the little flowers in the field. But this yarn is Sirdar Americana DK. It's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. The recommended needle is a US size 6 4mm. They're 50-gram balls, each of them. Got 8 of them. And the colourway is 206 Liberty. So, I absolutely love it. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to make little cardigans out of them for the baby unit. So because they're cotton, they'll be keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So I'm keeping that project in this bag. So I haven't started that yet because I'm still working on my blanket and the hats. I'm looking forward to that challenge. So because I made a cardigan with a Miss Gelato pattern, I've pretty much I've got the gifs of, you know, this, you know, kind of like a basic layout. So yeah, that's all the projects I'm going to attempt after the baby hats, but it'll probably be a while. So, right, the video is getting really long, so I need to move on. So, yarn enhancement time. Now this is going to be a big section today because since my last video I have bought quite a bit of yarn. So, and Barry got himself some bunny fufu, or is it little bunny fufu I think you call the colourway, from GnomeAcres. So whenever GnomeAcres said, was it like February time or something, they said that, you know, they're going to do an update, you know, they're going to make some more, and I was like, do you know what, I'm going to get some. So thanks to the help of a really special friend, they know who they are, they helped me get it. So Barry gave me his half a skein because he made his bunny fufu, and I bought this other bit off him, so I've got half a skein there. I think I'm going to make one for my mum. So I got myself a skein of little bunny fufu. Isn't that amazing? Oh, it's so pretty. And it's so gorgeous. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. It so reminds me of Easter. I absolutely love the ball bands. I think that they're so great the way they're laid out, and it's just, I don't know, it might just be the font they've used, but I got the worsted weight because I love using worsted weight yarn and chunky, but I absolutely love it, and you know, I'm going to save that for a really special time when I finish my blanket and the baby stuff for the hospital. I also picked a skein of this. Now, isn't this amazing? This one is Maleficent. So for those that have seen the original Disney film, this looks identical to Maleficent. I've seen a couple of, well not a couple, I've seen another Maleficent colourway from another like shop, I think it was. The Maleficent didn't look like Maleficent at all, but this looks like Maleficent, spot on, the colours. Like, I don't know what I'll make with it, but as you all know, if I ever buy yarn, I always look it up what it's like knitted up beforehand. So I looked this up, knitted up, and I thought it was really cool because it's like the dark purple background and then this like green kind of colourway like comes through. It's kind of like, you know, like marble or like water ripple effect. It's really cool the way it comes out. So I got the Maleficent. Isn't it cool? It is really, really soft, so it is, and I absolutely love this. It's all 100% superwash merino, so I definitely love superwash merino. But you know, I absolutely love it, so I'm going to treasure those. The other thing I got was, if you watch Barry's video, he's making a miter square blanket out of mini skeins. So, you know, I don't really want to use fingering weight yarn, to be honest, because to me it'd be really, really, really thin. I know I have loads of sock yarn and I want to attempt socks, so, you know, I don't want to rule it out. So I thought, you know, while I'm on, I'll get the Valentine's Day mini skein pack, because then I can add it into my blanket if I go to, you know, attempt the blanket. Obviously I've got this one going. So the packet's been opened and closed I don't know how many times, so, you know, it was all wrapped up lovely and neat, and yeah, it's all messy now, but show you now. See? Isn't it really cool? So I'll reuse it out. I hope I get it the right way. So this one is called I Love You. It's meant to be I Love You, but it's I Love You as in the sheet, E-W-E. And the base of it is House Gnome. Isn't that pretty? The next one is Do You Love Me? But it's Do You Love Me? Some of them have got sparkles in it. This one's just called Red. Sorry, the base for that is Bungalow Gnome. The base for this red one is House Gnome, which is the same as I Love You. The next one is Wov Two Wov. And it's Fancy Gnome. No, that one doesn't have sparkles. This one is called Pink and it's House Gnome. The next one is Zombie Kisses, which is Sparkle Gnome. Do you see the sparkles? This one is called Grey, G-R-A-Y, and it's House Gnome. And the last one is Lovey Dovey, and the base is One Fine Gnome. I probably got those most. No, I've got them right. So that is the Valentine's Day 2016 collection. Sorry about the rustling, folks. I loved how it came in a wee thing. Tag thing. Right, the other thing I want to show you is the Cascade yarn that I got for my blanket. Now I've got this across a few shops off Wool Warehouse, but I mean a few orders because I've ordered over time. But look at all those skeins. I know. I've gathered them over quite a bit of time. So at the moment I'm on my 3rd skein. So I think I have 6 more skeins in this bag. So the colorway is natural. Colorway number is 8010. So I keep them in this bag so nothing gets on them. So hey. Oh, is that over there? So that's all the Cascade yarn I have for my blanket. The other yarn purchases I got is all this. It came yesterday. Yeah, it came yesterday. It was meant to come on Thursday, but it was St. Patrick's Day here, so there was no post. Now, this yarn is all for baby hats. So there've been newborn ones and preemie ones. So, what we'll start off with. Is this the... Right. Because the Barocco yarn is worsted, I picked an iron weight, which I think is like a UK version. It's iron, but it has wool in it. No, it's not. It's all acrylic. Now, you can't use wool, I don't think, because you never know if the child might have allergies. So, with the acrylic, it's really soft, and hopefully there won't be any allergies. So this is iron, and it is 100 grams. The shade is 1302, which is denim. I wanted to pick some boy colours, some girl colours, and neutral colours. So this is really lovely. It's the same price as the chunky, but I thought, you know, the chunky would be a bit dear because it's thicker than iron, but you know. Right, these are all double knit, and I think that's because I've got a few balls of the worsted, so I don't have as many double knits. So I got this, and it is the DK version. And it's 1246 lipstick, which is a red. Now, it's coming up as a Santa Claus red there, but the reality is it's more like a raspberry red. So, I picked, now I didn't realise this until the yarn came, silly me. I went and picked a double knit version in denim as well. So I've got an iron weight and a double knit one. I love this colour so much. It's 1080 and it's pale rose. It's so pretty. I know I don't like pinks and purples, but I like this shade. It's really pretty. These are going to be so pretty, these hats. And I got a neutral colour, which is 1281 parchment. These are all so soft. It's great. I need to be quick because I don't want to run out of memory. So that's what I got this week. The last thing I want to show you is I actually purchased this about the start of January. I just forgot to show it in my last video. I wanted to get this before it sold out completely. I'd wanted it for a while, and because it said limited edition and I contacted them, I didn't know when the limited edition would stop, basically. So I got a ball of the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the Hollyberry colourway. So I wanted to get one of these before it totally stopped. And I got this off, I don't think I got it off their actual website, I think I got it off a shop. But it is 400 metres, which is 473 yards. It's 75% wool and 25% nylon, so I'm guessing it's just sock yarn. It's, yeah, it contains blue-faced Leicester wool, 35% out of the 75%. So it's really pretty. So I'm really glad I got a ball of this because I didn't want to miss out. Okay, I'll move on now on to another bit. I needed to write all this down. Right, stuff that I have bought that isn't yarn. But it's kind of yarn with it. Right. The needles that I've been using for my blanket are the metal pony ones, which I think is like a basic needle, but I've always used that needle. However, I was getting pains in my arm, so I was, every time I knitted with it. There was like a nerve that kept going off in my arm, so I just thought maybe it's just the constant metal just going. So I had to make the decision to change to wooden needles. The only wooden needles that I had used, I think, were the clover bamboo ones, and to me personally they were awful because the yarn wouldn't move on the needle. It was like gripping to it and you were like, you know, it was just awful, and that kind of put me off any wooden needle altogether. However, I put a post on Instagram asking for anybody's suggestions, and I got quite a few good, you know, replies, and I just thought I'll have a look through I'll look through Knit Pro, because I use their Novas sometimes, and I had to look through and I found these needles, and a friend, Michelle, hi Michelle, she's awesome, she recommended these, and I had found them on the internet beforehand, and I was like, okay, that's kind of just confirmed it. So I thought I'll buy them and I'll give them a go. They weren't great at the start, but as I think they just needed like broke into, if you know what I mean, like you just needed to use them for a while. And I found once I used them for quite a bit, they were great. So thank you, Michelle, they're top notch. So they are the Knit Pro Symphonies. So they've got like that, you know, like coloured thing. I think the colour thing kind of put me off too though. because I was like, you can't concentrate on your yarn, if you know what I mean, but I haven't had any problem with them. So I got the 4mm, which is a US size 6, the size I'm using for my blanket. I always get the 35cm needle because I like the long ones, and with that blanket you kind of need the thing, so I really like them. I did buy a set and they came and there was a big chip out of them, but luckily the lady was lovely enough and sent me another set, so yeah. Been talking for over an hour now. I'm almost finished. Right, what's the other thing? Right, when I was making the teddy bear, I needed to get some teddy bear noses. So, I just had a look on the internet. I was running out of eyes, and as you know, I always go up to Cello Express for my teddy bear eyes. I'll put a link to their shop. Their shop's on eBay, but their shop's just up the road from my house, so I just go up to the shop, and their eyes are just fantastic. Do you know what I mean? I definitely recommend it. They ship worldwide too, so if you just want to check them out, I definitely recommend them. Do you know what I mean? Because I got eyes off another shop on eBay, and when the eyes came, they were rubbish. But I haven't had any problems with these eyes I've got off Cello Express. So, I looked online across loads and loads of shops, and eventually I found out Cello Express actually does teddy bear noses. So I was like, I need to get eyes anyway. So I got some more of the 10mm eyes, and I got some 12mm eyes, and I got, what else did I get? Yeah, that's more 10mm eyes. I got teddy bear noses, see? That's their packaging. But I got some teddy bear noses. I can't remember, they're 15mm, that's what it is. I had to write it down. Yeah, 15mm teddy bear noses. And they are top notch. I think, yeah, they do literally everything. They do eyes, they do noses. I think they have glitter eyes as well, if you're into all the glitter eyes and coloured eyes. But I'll put a link to their shop in the description box. I really recommend them. The owner, John, he's really friendly, and you know, my mum and my brother get from there too, so they're really, really good. The other thing I wanted to show you is about, and I am really excited to show you this, because I was like, woo! Right. I needed to get 3.5mm double pointed needles, the Knit Pro Novas, because I wanted to get a size smaller for the preemie hats. I looked everywhere and they were just so expensive. Like, I found a pair on eBay and they wanted near £9, and I was like, no way, that's just too expensive. So I searched through almost every shop on Google until I found this wee independent one. And I found it and I seen the logo and I was like, I just love that logo. It is so, so pretty, and it looks like a Roald Dahl drawn. Like, even my best friend Karen, like, said the same. It was definitely like a Roald Dahl drawn. So I found the needles and they were well, they weren't really, really cheap, but they were way cheaper than everywhere else. And I was like, I so have to get it from here. The postage was really cheap too. So I was like, okay, I'll get a set. And then I came across, they have this bag, it's like a tote bag with the logo on it. And I was like, I really love that logo and I would love to get that bag. But at the minute I'm like, I'm just going to have to leave it for now. I'll just get the needles and I'll come back and get it another time. And as I noticed at the top of the page, there was a blog, and it turns out The owner's called Sheila. Hi Sheila, if you're watching. Sheila is so lovely, I'm telling you folks. She does hand spinning, she spins her own yarn, and she has another website called Hand Spinner. I'll put the links down below. She has a blog as well, it's really cool. She's on Ravelry, she's on Instagram, she's on Twitter, and she's just so lovely, and I think it's really cool. She spins her own yarn and runs 2 shops, you know, all dedicated to like crochet hooks and needles and yarn and all. The postage is really cheap. It was only £1.75, right? She only posts within the UK though, people, so you know, she's really, really cool. And I thought, you know what, I love the logo and I love the service, you know, before it was even posted. Like, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go on Ravelry and I'm going to send her a message. So I went on to Ravelry and I sent her a message, and I was just like, hi, I just found your shop and, you know, I absolutely love it, and I love the name of it, and I think the logo is just fabulous. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I absolutely love your tote bag, but I'm going to have to get it another time. I just placed an order, and I was like, I'm definitely going to come back because I just love that you spin your own yarn as well, and you've got a blog and all. And she wrote back and she was like, hi Amy, and you know, she was like, I'm going to post your order tomorrow and I might put a surprise in with it. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, that's really exciting and so lovely of her. And I was like, you know, I was waiting for the postman the next day. I was like, come on. And the post lady brought the post round, and this pink package came. I've took my address off it so you can't see it. But yeah, this package came. Oh, over here. Yeah, this package came, and I was like, this is really big just for needles. But I opened it and I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I'm telling you, this woman's amazing. She really is. So I'll show you now what she put in it. If I can get... There we go. She put in 2 wool washes. Isn't that really lovely of her? They're Rapture by Kristen Omdahl, and the scent is Jasmine. It's a 5mm no rinse delicate wash. So according to this, you just pour it in the basin with the water. Soak your thing for a few minutes, and you don't even need to rinse it. You just lay it flat to dry. So she put 2 wee wool washers in. And I thought these were really, really cool. There was 5 of them, but I gave 1 to Barry. No, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, there was 6. I gave 1 to Barry. This is the logo, folks. Isn't that cool? I'm telling you, I just love it so much. It's really... Pardon me. Excuse me, sorry, that was really rude. But it's not really cool. I love it! Right, what it is it's a needle conversion chart. And I think it's really cool. So, I'm going to keep one for myself. So, I have 4 more left. So, if anybody would like one, let me know and I'll send you one. Or I might even just put them in with gifts. If I send gifts out this year. But they'd be really cool to have. I absolutely love it, I'm telling you. It's so cool. This one, Sheila is just, I was about to say this woman. Sheila is just so kind. She really is. I got my needles. 3.5. Now this was the biggest surprise ever. I can't believe she did this. I got the tote bag. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. It is so, so kind of her to do that. That's the web address. The shop is called Purl Two Together. Isn't that funky? Like, that is a really cool name. See? So, I think, you know, if you need needles, crochet hooks, yarn, you should check her out. She does only ship within the UK, though that's the only thing. She told me to mention that. Because I says, I'm going to show my friends on my YouTube channel. But yeah, she is just so kind and lovely, and that was the best surprise ever. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. That is the last thing I've purchased. Oh sorry, no, tell a lie. You probably see this poking in the end of my video. I seen this in the shop and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to buy this. Ah, it's a big giant rabbit. Isn't that so cool? Oh, I absolutely love her so much. Yeah, I've decided to call it Abigail. I absolutely love her so much. Isn't she cool with her itty bitty tail? I absolutely love soft toys so much. But yeah, she's so cool. Alright, the last thing is a wee gift. Barry has used all these mini skeins for his blanket, so he gave me his bag of mini skeins to keep. Now, some of them is the Fond of Fibre mini skeins that I got gifted from Michelle. Hi, Michelle! I think she lives in Texas. Some of it is from the lovely Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl! Cheryl lives in England. She is awesome. So yeah, some of it's from her. She gifted them, I think she gifted them to Barry, or she might have gifted some to me and some to Barry, but he wanted to share them because there was loads, so we each have a square. And some of it's like his fleechy yarn. Thank you guys for watching, and I don't know when my next video will be because obviously it's just going to be hats and a blanket. So thank you for watching, and thank you to the new subscribers. And I will see you all soon, hopefully. So have a great day. Bye.